Hello everyone, Southgate Music here. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to give a beginner's guitar lesson on how to play a simple riff using single notes on a single string. If you come across any terms that I use during this video that you don't understand and you don't know what I mean, I have done a video describing all the different components and parts of the guitar, which I'll put a link to in the description below. So grab your guitar and let's get started. So before we get to the song, the first thing that we're going to need to know is what each string on the guitar is called. Now you can number the strings, and they are numbered from the thinnest string to the thickest string, 1 to 6. So this is the first string, this is the second string, this is the third string, this is the fourth string, this is the fifth string, and this is the sixth string. Each of these strings is tuned to a note which is given a letter of the alphabet. Now from the thickest string to the thinnest string, they go like this: E, A, D, G, B, E. So a good way to memorize these notes is with the anagram. Every aspiring, determined guitarist becomes excellent. Now you can make up your own one, but I find that's a handy way of memorizing the notes of each string. So it's quite possible that at the moment your guitar isn't actually tuned to those notes. But don't worry, because I'm just about to show you how to tune your guitar. Now one thing you're going to want to do, which is really handy, is to, on your phone, look in your app store for a guitar tuner app. Now there'll be loads, there'll be free ones. I use one called Cleartune, which you have to pay a little bit of money for, but I find it slightly better than the other ones that are available. But there are free ones and they all perform the same function. Okay, so when we play the thickest string, we can see that it's coming up as E flat. There we are. See when I play it? That's the E with the little B sort of symbol. So that means the string is too loose. In which case we turn it counterclockwise. And now we see it's onto F, which means it's too tight. So we turn it clockwise. And what we're aiming for is that little arrow to be above the E, and it should go green when we get the right note. It takes a bit of messing around. It's quite difficult at the moment, I think, because my phone's a bit far away from the amplifier, so it's not quite picking it up all right. But when it's the right pitch, it should go green above the E note, which we have there, almost. Now if we do the same thing with the A string, I mean we can see that that's almost in tune already. It just needs to be loosened a little bit. So if the arrow is to the right of A, that means it needs to be loosened. If it's to the left, it needs to be tightened. So now that's alright. D, again that needs to be loosened a little bit. G needs to be loosened. You're just making small adjustments here, nothing too drastic. So that B is pretty much on already. And E. So we're now in tune. Okay, so we know what all the strings are called and how to tune them. Now let's move on to picking each string with a plectrum. Okay, so we're holding the plectrum between our thumb and our index finger. And what we're doing when we pluck a string, we're sort of slicing down through the string, downwards. So So we just practice doing that, making sure each string rings out nicely. Now if you want the string to ring out, what you can do, pluck it and then move your hand away so you're not going to get in the way of the string. If you want the string to stop, you can play it and then put your hand down against it. Now if we're going to play more than one note on the same string, we do what is called alternate picking, where we go down and then up. So you slice down across the string and then back up. Okay, so now we know what to do with this hand and how to pick the strings. What do we do with our other hand? So you'll see that the fretboard of the guitar is divided up by these pieces of metal into different segments. Now these will provide us with the different notes. Now, as we've been doing already, playing the strings without putting our fingers on any frets, this is called open strings. So if someone said to play the open A string, that's what we would do. If they were to say play the first fret of the A string, we would put our finger here. If they were to say play the second fret, we would put our finger here, and so on up the neck. Okay, so when we play a string and we put our finger on one of the frets, we're not pressing down too hard and we're not playing right in the middle of the fret. We're playing sort of closer to the fret wire. We're not pressing down ridiculously hard, too soft and you won't get a note, but you're not pressing down so that your fingers are going white from putting too much pressure on it. You're just pressing down just enough to get the note. Now what I want you to do to practice doing this is to go up the first 4 frets on each string. So initially you can do it just with one finger like this. Remembering that you're alternate picking the whole time, so you're going down and up with your picking hand. But what I want you to do to practice so you can get to do this is use each finger. So you go So it's perfectly normal when you first start out playing the guitar to get sore fingers and to get blisters and things. It's all part of learning to play. Eventually your fingers will get used to it, they'll get harder and they'll get stronger and they'll get used to being put into strange positions. It's all a matter of practicing and keep doing it. But if it gets too sore or too painful, there's nothing wrong with stopping for a little while. Just know that it's not going to be part of playing guitar forever to have sore fingers and to have blisters and things. Okay, so you know everything that you need to know in order to learn the riff from a 7 Nation Army, which goes like this. Okay, so here's how to play the riff, the 7 Nation Army. It starts the 7th fret on the A string, which is here. You play that note twice, and then you move up to the 10th fret on the A string. And then you go back to the 7th fret, so it goes. And then you're playing the 5th fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the A string, and then 2nd fret on the A string. So altogether, that's 7th fret twice, 10th fret once, 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. And altogether, in time, it goes like this. So once you've got that, I want you to try and play that 10th fret with your little finger like this. Because it's good practice to get used to using all of your fingers. Don't rely on just using the one finger. And then once you know the notes and you've got the rhythm, just try and speed it up a bit, as the actual speed of the song is more like this. So once again, that's 7th fret A string twice, 10th fret A string once, back to the 7th fret A string, 5th fret A string, 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret A string. Okay, so that's about it. Thanks for watching the video. Please continue to practice the exercise that I showed you along with the riff to Seven Nation Army until the next video, where I shall teach you how to play the Seven Nation Army riff using power chords, which sounds like this. So until then, keep up with your practice. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the next video. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I shall see you again in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.